Hoists it forward. And help's available out wide. He's had a shot! Griezmann. Real chance! Just too much, fractions.
Gimmick nearly produced a moment of magic. He knew the strike was pure.
Mbappe. Now it's Dembele. He's left his man.
France have pushed both fullbacks into quite advanced positions here.
Yeah, that's interesting. So what are they attempting to do?
Well, it's a bold attempt, in my opinion, to occupy the opposition in a way they're not expecting.
Tar. Mbappe! He's got away with one there. No, he wasn't being fooled. Loose ball, who's going to get that? And it's played forward. And it's Sané. Gets the better of his man. Now and shoots! That's a half-decent try.
Good effort, very good effort. He would have at least wanted to make the keeper work out. That's just very well played. He can't hurt you with his back to goal, and he didn't go for the back heel.
Done very well to intervene. It's come loose. Sané. Sané is onto it and can take it up. And the keeper's in command. Cuts it out. And it's Griezmann. 0-0 still. Look at chances though.
Yeah, and it's been like a breath of fresh air to their attack. I think that switching of flanks has finally created a new and for me, much more dangerous dimension.
Neuer is there to take. Ball through needs to be good here. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Goalkeeper's ball.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Receives it in a good position. Big chance! He's missed, but not by that far.
A more than decent attempt, Peter.
Mbappe. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. It has got... Hits one! Defence got the better of him this time, but I'm sure he'll go again. Lobs it in gently. Neuer can pick that up. Now it's Sané. through, and he's had a quick look inside. And that's been repelled. Out towards the flank. He's made sure that that won't get through. And we've reached half-time. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. And we are up to the break.
What an end to the half, Peter. A lot of the best action of the half coming at the very end, and I get the feeling the second half may well start in similar fashion, as we'd love to see this momentum maintained, so I'm looking forward to what's to come.
Interesting half, just missing goals, so don't be surprised if the second half brings a change to the scoreline at the break, 0-0. And the game has already resumed here.
Germany can feel really happy with themselves. The scoreline doesn't back it up, but they've played with urgency and purpose and can't afford to lose patience in this second half. They've got to persevere.
Big chance, he's gone for it! And yes, it's there! And the second half is off to a flyer! The breakaway clinical and clean, and the finish unerring.
That's just brilliant counter-attacking football, and as soon as possession was theirs, it triggered a move of devastating speed that was just too hot to handle.
Germany break the deadlock.
Well, listen, a few words of advice and encouragement from the manager during the break can often straighten things out, and it's paid off here.
Oh, that's a fine challenge. Kimmich. Played out to the right, gets away from his opponent. Oh, needless to say, he was expecting a better ball than that. There's a long ball. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. And it's Dembele. Griezmann. And here's Dembele. The message is clear, none shall pass. He wasn't very far from making something happen by himself, lovely to see. Mbappe. Kimmich. Well positioned to make that interception.
Well, it seems obvious that the plan is to try and get their passing game going again, but not with that lack of quality.
Rabiot, forward it goes. And here's Dembele.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
Jim, there's not too much subtlety or sophistication about this. It really is a question of needs must.
Just has to be done.
Rabiot goes looking.
Mbappe really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger. Rudiger plays it forward. Mbappe. Chance! This could fall anywhere. Quick ball forward. Now a chance to break. Brings it forward. He's pinged one through here. Has a hit! Oh, and that should have been two.
Kimmich really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied.
And out to safety. And it's Rudiger.
Germany are clearly looking to kill this game off. It's keeping the ball away from the other end too.
He's got away. Mbappe has a pop. No mistake. They are right back in business. Well, that always looked the likely outcome.
Yeah, and I think we may have had too many defenders ball watching then because they just lost sight of the real danger.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Listen, with the momentum that goal gives them now, they may well push for a winner before the 90 minutes is up. Players don't like extra time, believe me.
Cleared without complication.
Germany showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
Oh, good interception. Rudiger. Coman. Dembele.
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb.
Shot at goal! Oh, that's incredible! And that has raised the roof!
Germany are really pouncing on any stray passes in midfield. We're talking seconds from interception to the back of the net. It's counter-attacking heaven.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
Well, the instruction from the manager would have been, go on and make yourself a nuisance and see if you can snatch a goal. Mission accomplished.
Germany, what looks to be a decisive lead.
There's still a bit left in it, Peter, but they should find the necessary to avoid a slip-up now.
Dembele. Oh, he's got a crucial block in there. Tries to get it forward quickly. Oh, good take. Tries a shot! And that has skimmed the post.
Look, I'm sure he'll deny it, Peter, but the keeper didn't have that covered.
The referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Germany winners by the odd goal. Really could have gone either way, but a win is a win. So a dramatic game decided in its very last moments.
Well, I just think that determination and persistence has paid off handsomely to squeeze the win out of a draw. Sometimes it comes down to grit and desire and the stubbornness to keep plugging away. And this has been great staying power.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. And that gets things running. Dembele. Griezmann. That'll be a throw-in. And the whistle's has gone, presumably for offside. And that's been won straight back. Shapes to shoot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Oh, that's a sparkling save. Absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra sharp.
Rabiot. Forward it goes. Coman. Mbappe. Mbappe! Oh, nearly. But nearly is nothing.
Well, I suppose it wasn't the worst attempt if you consider how far out he was.
Plays it through. Coman. And he's cut it out. Hoists it forward.
Just to point out, Peter, that the fullbacks are quite high.
And what are they trying to achieve?
Well, it's obviously a move to push the opposition wide men back and give them more to think about.
Kimmich. Ball's loose, who's getting there? And it's played forward. He's picked him out. Coman. Has a hit! It's being played forward. Ball needed to be better there, it's a wasted chance. He's got options out wide. He's got away. It's a fact. He's had a shot. Goal, Germany! Oh, high-quality goal. Lovely first touch, sumptuous second. So we have our breakthrough.
Well, just listen to the reaction. I think you can hear the approval from the support all around the stadium.
Now surely! Oh, he's had a shot! They've scored! That was a given. It always was.
Peter, that was just a defensive act of generosity that was always going to have a painful ending.
France grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Yeah, it's always a dangerous time when you've just scored. You can easily lose focus and then bang, you're pegged back again.
That's a pop! Oh, that's a fine save!
Well, what can I say? Truly wonderful goalkeeping.
Shoots! Just couldn't stay down for him.
Well, he accepted the invitation to have a pop, and that defence was confident he wouldn't succeed.
It's Dembele. Played out to the right. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Goretzka goes looking. Kimmich. Lobs it in gently. So midway through the first half, and it is a tight old tie. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one.
Yeah, he may feign to shoot and just play it into the box.
He's shaping up to have a crack from here. Sane! Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Oh, smart save. And he's away. Doesn't get the pass he's looking for. Mbappe. Has he picked him out? Oh, it's opened up nicely for him. Goes for goal. Goal! France! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, I think two keepers would have had a hard time keeping that one out, never mind one. There was real venom in the strike and clear composure from the placement.
So we have a break. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Oh, no, that's not the ball he wanted. Kimmich. It's Dembele. Mbappe. He's off on him. Mbappe! That has certainly tested the keeper.
The keeper really dug out his defence then. A magnificent effort.
And he just whacks it away. Tries to get it forward quickly. That had to be more accurate. Ball's out on the left now. Sané gets the better of his man. And he's made sure that that won't get through. It's a decent ball. Real chance! He's pulled off a fine save.
Well, as test go, Peter, the keeper has just received an A+ grade.
Good save, he got a decent fist on that. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Mbappe. And the whistle goes for half-time. So, a really good half of football, 3 goals, and just one separating them. So we reach the halfway point.
Well, what a half. It's been pulsating and totally absorbing. We're actually headed for a potential classic if this carries on. This is insanely good.
That gets things going for the second half.
Germany need to get the balance right to sort this out. Ambition must be complemented by just the right amount of caution, and I think the more experienced players can oversee that.
It's Dembele. He's picked him out. Tar. Has he picked him out? Can't get the better of his opposite number. And it's played forward. Good run, ultimately thwarted by an astute piece of defending. Crowd appreciates good football all round there. Coman. And that's left him on the seat of his pants. He is not one readily to admit defeat. Don't be surprised if he tries that again.
Well, the further he went, the more attention he attracted. There was just way too much pressure for him to get the shot away.
Tries to get it forward quickly. Out to the left it goes. Crowd calling for him to shoot. Goretzka going for goal! Oh, great save, real class.
Well, you can't ask for much more than that. A difficult moment, he simply...
Great leap! Rabiot knocks it away. Well, there's no sign here of forwards working back. They are staying upfield.
They are, Peter, and it gives them a chance to break, but it's also causing an extra defensive presence to prevent that.
Mbappe. Forward it goes. It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Gets it back. It's a promising run he's making on the right. Oh, good interception. Well, the ball's come loose and the chase is on.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
Jim, there's not too much subtlety or sophistication about this. It really is a question of needs must.
Spot on, Peter.
Cuts it out. Hoists it forward. Mbappe. Kimmich. Goretzka. Just brushed off the ball there. Forward it goes. Griezmann. Tries to get it forward quickly. A real chance if he can get through. France get it back again. And now they can launch a counter. Well played, he saw that coming. All the way back and they start again. Rabiot. Coman. Turns and goes back. Mbappe!
Peter, they have to fight the onset of desperation and keep enough cool heads to still deliver.
Mbappe!
This is good ball retention, and it should be enough from here, but they want to double their advantage.
And it's Griezmann. This could spell danger. Shot a goal! Should have put that one away.
Mbappe really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
There's a real appetite from them to finally put...
And the shot! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
Rabiot really did let them off the hook. They could have wrapped it all up.
Well positioned to make that interception.
Germany are definitely not going down without a scrap. Their attitude just can't be faulted.
There's a long ball. That's not going to make it. He's away!
Germany need to give it everything they have, kitchen sink included.
Gnabry has a hit! Gnabry has been caught there, it's a foul. Now this could be a pivotal moment. Dying minutes, free kick, great position. This an opportunity to pull level. Gundogan!
Yeah, it's safe to say that they just need to manage this to secure the win now.
Ball's gone out of play. Dembele, he's left his man. And that's that. And in the end, it got away. They just weren't allowed to build on their lead. They lost their lead, and they lost the game. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Germany really were sleepwalking in central defence, and the alarm just never went off.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. That's got things underway. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Yeah, Leroy Sané.
He's gone for it! And it's a goal!
Well, if that was their intention pre-match, let me tell you, it's worked out very nicely. I think for the skipper to chip in with a goal too is a bonus, but this game has already taken on a real attacking edge and long...
And the shots! Their attempt, just the wrong outcome.
A more than decent attempt, Peter.
Mbappe. Lovely bit of skill. Mbappe. Oh, that's a fine challenge. Regardless of the outcome, it is good to see someone running at the defence like that.
Well, you could see he was eager to get a shot away, but there was too much flesh and bone in his path.
And it's got through. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Has a pop! Sticks it away! Germany are all square. There was to be only one outcome.
Yeah, and he knew all along what he wanted to do, and it's a really great instinctive finish.
Germany grabbed the... he's going to be pulled back for that one. And that's a throw-in. Tries to get it forward quickly.
Just to point out, Peter, that the fullbacks are quite high.
And what are they trying to achieve?
Well, it's obviously a move to push the opposition wide men back and give them more to think about.
Well, the crowd clearly like what they just saw. Some real no-nonsense defending. And now they can launch a counter. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Oh, it's Dembele. Dembele showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. He's made sure that that won't get through. Griezmann drives it forward. Can he find a finish now? And the ball is out of play. It's found its way to him. Goretzka has been caught there, it's a foul. And it's Goretzka. Sané. Forward it goes. Oh, it's Dembele. More than happy to take the muscular approach. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Right through the middle. He's had a go! Has a hit! Goal! Germany! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! He was really quick to react to the initial save, and he has his reward.
Oh, Peter, you can't teach that. You either have it or you don't. His anticipation is on another level to everyone else's. Superb.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, for me, this team seems to find it easier to attack than defend, but now they're going to need to dig in at the back a bit.
Hoists it forward. So midway through the first half, and it is a tight old tie. Goretzka. Kimmich is coming up to the 30-minute mark. Well, they could break here. Well, needless to say, he was expecting a better ball than that. He could be in here. He's had a shot! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
That's a real shame, Peter, because it was beautifully worked. Took the defence out of the picture, but he'll be in no hurry to watch the replay.
Great leap! He's scored! All too easy! They are in danger of disappearing out of sight! He was really quick to react to the initial save, and he has his reward.
That's just great play, Peter. A textbook example for any wannabe footballers out there on positioning and movement.
Germany take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Kimmich. Germany have scored 2 quick goals here and are firmly in control at 3-1. Ball flew, and they've been caught out here. And it's played forward. He is not one readily to admit defeat. Don't be surprised if he tries that again. It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Sané. Played into the middle. And that's been well dealt with. Dembele. France couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger. And here's Dembele. A shot and a shot! They've scored! On the cusp of half-time, he delivers with perfect timing. Deflection may or may not have made a difference. Little matter, it is his. France get themselves back into contention.
I think they can sense a comeback here, and so can this crowd. It's all systems go now.
And it's Sané. Ball through needs to be good here. He's gone for it! Well, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
It didn't quite come off on this occasion, but it only needs a gentle tweak.
That is going to be the final action of the first half.
It's kind of a hard one to call, Peter, isn't it? I mean, from what we've seen so far, both sides have provided ample evidence that they can add more goals, and I'm sure their respective managers have reminded them that the next one will be pretty crucial. So it's going to be interesting to see how the teams come out for the next period.
Chance! And he's there to make a great save.
Oh, that's a sparkling save, absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra sharp.
Gets it back. Both sides a bit lacking in intent. There's a long ball. Kimmich. Oh, some tackle that. Mbappe. Floats one over. Oh, it's Dembele. And it hits one! No mistake!
You know, we may be looking at another classic here. I'm not going to guess what's going to happen next, but that is great togetherness and resolve. What a great finish, but how about the touch? It just allowed him to put the ball exactly where he wanted it, and the rest became a formality.
And the finish! This could fall anywhere! Up to meet it! That's a half-decent try.
Good effort, very good effort. He would have at least wanted to make the keeper work, though.
Out to the left it goes, and it's Sané.
France have made their intentions clear by leaving men up front.
Looking to play on the break.
Yeah, it's obvious that they're prepared to take a risk or two. Well, that's the first attempt, Peter, we've seen at one of those raking passes just to spread the play.
Rabiot does well there, alert. It's gone for a throw-in. That's the throw. Rudiger does well to read it and intercepts. And here's Sané. It's a loose ball. Hit long and direct. Rudiger cuts it out. Done very well to intervene. That's a decent ball. He's got away. Has a look and has a go. He's done very well to get to that.
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
Here it comes. Goretzka. Well, that looks a foul. Yeah, referee's given it. Germany making consecutive changes here. 2 changes being made right now. Gundogan. He's got through. Gets up to head it! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Germany really putting a few chances together here. Taking one can only add to such good momentum now.
That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Dembele. Griezmann. Driving on, he could shoot, goes for goal! And for a moment, time stood still.
Well, the work rate to win the ball back was fantastic, and it set up the opportunity. That's great effort.
Massive leap! Kimmich plays it forward. And here's Griezmann. Mbappe. What an adventurous run from a defender.
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb.
Plays it out to the flank. Battles to win it back. The ball has crossed the line, and it's a throw. Beats it first time! Goretzka knocks it away. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. He's got a chance from here, but not the kindest angle. There's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. Up he gets! Goal! Germany! And they're back in front. One perfect ball, one perfect header.
Yeah, I just thought he wanted that more than anyone else on the pitch, and it was fully deserved. He gave it everything he had.
When the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
Well, the instruction from the manager would have been, go on and make yourself a nuisance and see if you can snatch a goal. Mission accomplished.
Germany get themselves into the lead.
Oh, it was a long time coming, but I think it's fully merited. They've applied themselves extremely well.
Has a pop! He has done it! It's level again! What a match we have!
Well, you know, thinking about that, I think they've perfected that on the training ground because it took them seconds to get the ball from back to front. They really commit forward in numbers too. It was all very well drilled.
He ran himself into trouble there, free kick given away. Hernandez, Coman. Well, the ball's come loose and the chase is on. Hernandez. Hoists it forward. Coman, Griezmann. Oh, well, he sorted that out.
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
Gross. Ball's out once more. No, that's not the ball he wanted. And here's Gnabry. Tries to get it forward quickly. Well played, he saw that coming. It is going to need 30 more minutes. No winner after 90.
Yeah, and it's been a contest between two sides that were evenly matched on the day. Neither deserves to be on the losing side.
Fitness and fatigue, the key factors now as we head for extra time. We are already back underway. Germany pay the price for failing to close out the match in normal time. Gnabry! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
Well, maybe the tension around this game played a part in that, because he should have put them ahead now.
Kimmich. Gundogan. He's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Griezmann, 2 goals to his name already. And it's played forward. And it's Gundogan. Just brushed off the ball there. Rudiger. Oh, terrible pass. Kimmich. Coman. Needed a better pass there. Lobs it in gently. Good ball, it's found. Has a pop! That's a real chance missed. Gundogan, who does have an assist to his name. Good running with the ball. Goes for goal! And no, he couldn't find the finish. Towering header! In for the follow-up! Oh, yes! It's there! Late in the day, this could well be it! And that's it for the first half of extra time.
Well, there's plenty of potential for a final twist in this tale. I think there's bound to be some late drama in the final 15 minutes of this epic.
And if you're just back, the action is back underway already. They have given it everything. It's been gruelling. But who will be standing at the very end? Goalkeeper's ball. Kimmich. Gundogan. Driving on now, what can they conjure from here? He's off on a marauding run. And through to the goalkeeper. The ball's loose, and he's after it. He's left his man. And that'll go straight through to the keeper. Forward it goes. It's a throw in. And he heaves it forward. Tries a shot! Oh, taken with style! They have stolen level at the last! Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Now that's what I call finishing, right in the corner. He knew instinctively who was where and didn't need to waste any time weighing things up. That's a cracking goal.
So all square with almost no time remaining. It's Dembele. Timely intervention. All hands on deck for this one. Tries a header! And that's it, nothing to separate them. It is penalties.
I can only applaud the sheer doggedness and tenacity on show in watching both teams refusing to lose. I mean, they both ran their socks off.
So it comes down to this, a final rallying cry, and then kicks from the spot. Right on the edge. Feel the moment. Coman will go first. It's a tame penalty, straight at the keeper.
Oh, he's put that straight at the keeper. It's simply not good enough.
Down the middle, right where the keeper was standing.
He was always looking good there. Nice penalty.
France trailing by 1.
Oh, that was a great strike. He just gave the keeper absolutely no chance.
So, the second man in line.
Looks like he's done it 1,000 times. Never looked like missing.
France from one behind. Oh, he saved it!
Well, the keeper's done brilliantly to keep his eye on the ball and make such a great save.
Germany have the chance to pull away here. Good penalty, just steered it the other way. And that doubles their lead. So it's down to him to keep it alive. Saved it! And that's won it! Germany were taken the full distance and then some, but they got there in the end.
Well, what a way to finish a long, hard match. Those players can be really proud of their effort to have come out on top. That was far from easy.